All right. What up, everybody? This is Vince with Green Joe Coffee. There. And this week I'll be doing another video, answering another question. This one comes from Joshua. And Joshua sent me an email asking a couple different questions. And so I'm going to take some time to go over the different questions that he had in this video. The four questions that Josh threw my way was how much water should I have on my truck? Is one water pump okay? Do you do just drip or do you do Americanos? And do I have a hot water tower? So those were the four questions. So let's cover this one at a time. All right, so the first one is how much water should I have? So I think there's a couple things that you need to take into account here when you're coming up with the answer to that question. The first one that I put down is your axle weight. So if you're doing a single axle trailer like mine, like a Scamp or a Shasta, something like that, then you have to be very mindful of your axle weights because the last thing you need is that thing to be cracking like an egg while you're running down the road. You asked something about like is 40 gallons good? 40 gallons is great. But if you're dealing with axle weight, that's going to add at 8 1/3 pound, give or take some 300 pounds to your total equation. And that's on a single axle. So the last thing I think you want to be doing is breaking axles or bearings or whatever the case may be. So just be mindful of that if you're dealing with single axle. Now, if you're not dealing with single axle, not a problem. Or if you're dealing with things like a truck versus a trailer, then you're going to be fine. The next thing is going to be space. Do you have the space for 40 gallons? Where's that 300 pounds going to be sitting on? Is it going to be sitting on the back of your trailer? Is it going to be sitting on the front of your trailer? Those type of things. You want weight distribution typically to be towards the tongue is where you want your weight when you're dealing with trailers. Again, if this is a truck, not an issue, weight distribution. But the last thing is, so I sell, on average, 100 cups a day is a good day for me. A great day, 300 cups. And 100 cups a day comes out to about 12.5 gallons of coffee. So if they were all coffee, which they're not. Some of them are, lattes. And anyone that's bought my ebook knows that, the seasons change. I sell lattes, I sell fraps, those type of things. And so things change. The reality of this is, if you need more water, you go get more water. That's really what it comes down to. You fill up your tanks every morning or a couple, once or twice a week. And if you see that you're running low on water, you go get it. If you got a big event coming up, you bring extra water, these type of things. I think the largest event I've done was 75 gallons, and obviously I had to make multiple trips throughout that event to get water. And so the water issue was in my mind before I even started brewing my first cup of coffee. Do I have enough water for this? But ultimately, it just kind of comes down to space, weight distribution, cost. I think anything over 20 gallons is going to be great. I think anything under 20 gallons, you're going to need to be able to find water quickly throughout your day. So things to be mindful of. Next question is one water pump okay? So yes, one water pump is okay, and no, one water pump is not okay in my mind. So let me answer why yes. So I think one water pump is okay, yes, as far as your pressure needs go. It's going to be more than enough pressure into your main line for your espresso. You're looking at 3 to 5 bars. You're going to be fine there. Okay. However, the water pump in my mind is what we call in the truck game changers. And game changers are if a single piece of equipment fails, can this truck still work? And in the case of the water pump, that answer is no, it can't. So I carry 2 water pumps. In the event I have some catastrophic emergency where my water pump fails, I have a second water pump on deck. And there's a couple other things that I have for that. I have another 12-volt battery, these type of things. So when you're doing this, take a look at game changers is what I call them, things that are going to put you out of business that day. and try to stock up on those things. That way you're not, out of business for a day, especially if it's like a festival where, you put a lot of money into it. All right, next question is, do I do drip or just Americanos? Okay, this one's up to you. Do you have the room for drip coffee? If you got the room, then maybe consider it. I like drip coffee personally more than Americanos, Um, do you have the energy needs? So you're looking at any brewer is going to be 1,000 watts or above. So that's something to be considerate about. How big's your generator? Where are you getting your power from? The volume, that's another good question. I mean, do you have people knocking on your, are you going to be in a place where you're going to be selling lots of drip coffee? And if that's the case, then you may want to cater towards that. Um, if not, you may want to think about just doing like a Chemex or a French press or something like that. I've seen plenty of trucks do that. They'll grab a couple French presses, brew their coffee, and throw it in an air pot. And, that's fine too. I like French press coffee. Green Joe was originally going to be a French press coffee truck for the masses, but I couldn't get the logistics to work out. So, anyhow, that one's up to you. I carry drip coffee. I think some people will come specifically for drip coffee, and although it's not the greatest in, profit percentages and whatnot, I'm a coffee truck. I like to have coffee. Now, if it was in the beginning and I had limited amount of startup, then I might consider just doing Americanos, until I had enough money to buy a brewer or something like that. If you're strapped for cash, you might be able to get away with Americanos for now, but soon you're going to need coffee, a drip coffee. Okay, last question. What do we have here? Do I have a hot water tower? No, I just use my espresso machine to draw hot water. So I get some teas. I sell tea on the truck, not a lot of them. What else do I use hot water for? I mean, that's it. I mean, on the truck, we carry some ramen noodles if we're getting hungry or something and we can't break for lunch. We'll grab a ramen noodle and throw it in a coffee cup and, maybe oatmeal or something. But other than that, I don't use hot water for a lot of things. So I guess it all depends on what your menu is. Anyhow, so I hope that answers some of your questions, Josh. My name is Vince. My company is Green Joe Coffee Truck. I'm out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. We do indoor-outdoor catering. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me, greenjoecoffee@gmail.com. I sell an ebook on how to build these coffee trucks on my website. And if there's any, subscribe to YouTube if you want to get more of these. You can go on my Facebook or my Instagram. I also have those and stuff. So I hope this helps, and I wish the best to all you coffee truckers out there. Good luck, everybody.